I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. You know, Mars is a planet of fire. It's a planet of emotion, but emotion coming from aggression. It's a planet of your brute strength, your willpower, your dedication. It's a planet that is defining the life force, the initiation of desire, and also when your desire actually becomes a reality, sometimes termination of desire. It is a planet of discipline. It's a planet that represents wars, battles, and even the smallest of war that we fight, even our bodies fighting with the diseases, all that is Mars. Your immunity power in one way is Mars, your blood is Mars, and therefore when this Mars moves in a certain zodiac, in a certain nakshatra that is significant, it starts impacting each one of our life. If you think you're not impacted by Mars, then I think you are wrong. We are humans, we are impacted by all the planets, and Mars represents all the muscular strength, blood, and our anger, rage, and will to act and decide. And when this kind of planet moves in a nakshatra which represents the burning of something old and beginning of something new, and a fiery planet like Mars enters there, it kind of accelerates the process. It's like a spiritual switch being turned on in your life, and this changes your perspective. This changes a lot of things around you. Let's discuss Mars transit in such nakshatra, the nakshatra which spans both in Aquarius and Pisces, a nakshatra which handholds you from this dimension to a spiritually higher dimension, a nakshatra which is ruled by Aja Ekpada, one form of Rudra Shiva, a nakshatra which has two faces but stands on one leg, explaining the unity of mind and duality of the cosmos, a nakshatra which can help you become one with the Shunya. Purva, Bhadrapada, the former legs of the deathbed. Deathbed means something which comes to an end, or the beginning of the end is here. Let's start the analysis, but if you like the video, please like, subscribe, because we are now connected through YouTube channel, and subscription really matters. It gives you notification when I upload a video. Please share the video among family and friends, and let's spread the word of Vedic astrology. If you want to follow my reels and other interesting posts, you can follow me on the platform Twitter, which is X now, and also Instagram. All the links are in the description box below. If you want to take my consultation, please drop me an email. The email ID will be in the flashing on the screen right now or in the description box below, or you can drop an email at contact@punneitastrology.com. Let's understand this Mars transit in this powerful nakshatra which can ignite as passion but also terminate an old desire. Let's understand. See, first of all, try to understand what Mars is doing. Mars is moving steadily in the sign of Aquarius in Sadbhisha nakshatra. Now, when Mars is moving steadily, the day when Mars enters Purva Bhadrapada, Mars will encounter Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada. Now, Purva Bhadrapada means deadly combination of energy, eccentricity, mad genius kind of energy. And when Mars and Saturn, and in fact, 10th and 11th of April, 10th April is the date of transit of Mars in Purva Bhadrapada, 10th and 11th is when Mars and Saturn go in line of sight conjunction. Globally, this can be a dangerous situation. This can result into conflict. This can result into geopolitical situations. This can result into not so pleasant circumstance throughout the world, especially in the terms of air power. On the other hand, Mars and Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada can divide people into two parts. There will be a lot of divisive thoughts running around. What you will have to do is you will have to be very inclusive, be internal, focus on your own internal growth rather than focusing on something that is negative. Do not watch horror films, do not watch, nothing against horror films, just that somebody who is sensitive to these energies should not move into the areas which are dominated by these energies. Say for example, somebody who is a patient of anxiety, if you have a weak moon, avoid watching war related movies, avoid watching something that is containing violence, because this can trigger the mind of a lot of people and can create hatred and tension against your own self, against your own lifestyle, and maybe you would want to move out of your career, maybe you want to do something else. These are the triggers. This may not manifest now, but this may manifest later on. Not to forget that Mars is moving in Purva Bhadrapada couple of days after a solar eclipse. So this means you will be more worried about your resources. You will be thinking more about what you have at hand and how can you build more. Purva Bhadrapada has this tendency to leave things behind and move ahead. So this might also happen that a lot of people will quit, and there can be sports injuries for sports personalities, so be careful. Just help yourself in a way that you are equipped, your business is equipped to cope up from any electrical hazard, fire hazard, just for the sake of precaution. Nothing serious, but just for precaution. Now Purva Bhadrapada has a lot of spiritual significance. This nakshatra talks about the knowledge of the other world. This nakshatra talks about transcendental energy shifts, and Mars and Saturn will do that. See, Mars and Saturn, you can say Mars is Muladhara Chakra, Saturn is Agya Chakra. So when these two chakra combine in Purva Bhadrapada, a lot of people will feel Kundalini awakening. May not be in true sense, but at least some sort of sensation will come. This will trigger a wave of spiritual souls coming forward, and you will set forward your journey in the spiritual path, which is good, which is unique. From the perspective of career, this can impact your career in a more subtle manner, where you would have a disconnect and then you would want to connect into some other area. Good for people who want to develop a new skill set, good for people who want to upgrade. But definitely not a time to fight. This is not a time to fight, rather than this is the time to rebuild your life. See, when you talk about Purva Bhadrapada, you should be like bygones are bygones. Forget the past, focus on the future. After all, Saturn is Kala. So Mars and Saturn can kickstart a new timeline. A new timeline for our planet, a new timeline for our life. You should not go into a fight with your supervisors, especially with your juniors, with your subordinates, because the clash with the junior is very much possible for people who have strong Mars in their birth chart. I have already explained Mars transit in Aquarius in details in my Mars transit in Aquarius video. Do watch that video. But here I am only breaking it down further, just focusing on one nakshatra. So let's quickly take a sneak peek into what each moon sign have in store. See, when I play with nakshatra, I want you to see this nakshatra video as per your moon sign. For ascendant, you can anyway go in Mars transit in Aquarius video, and Mars transit in Pisces will come soon. But for this nakshatra, Purva Bhadrapada, I want you to do a sneak peek through your moon sign. So let's start. Aries ascendant, for you, your ascendant lord is getting affected. Be careful when you are interacting with people in your social network circle. Be careful when you are commenting on something. Just try to maintain harmony and do not show anger and aggression. For Taurus, this is going to impact your career area. So your career will be impacted because of this, and therefore you need to be very polite, and you need to be soft-hearted, and you need to be accommodating with people around you. Work with a team. For Gemini, do not take any unnecessary travel around this point of time. This is the time when you should be very careful while driving and riding a bike. Take full precaution, full necessary, careful approach has to be taken during this time. This is also the time when you should be very, very spiritual and read some books of some spiritual people and try to push yourself towards the path of spirituality. For Cancer, this is the Purva Bhadrapada transit in the Ashtama Bhav. Lot of changes for you, lot of past things will end and new beginnings are about to happen. You should welcome the change that you are going through. For Leo, this is all about business and marriage, but Purva Bhadrapada shows a dimensional shift in your approach, in people's approach towards you. It may take some time to adjust, but you will be able to just keep your confidence high, but do not engage into any unnecessary argument. For Virgo moon sign, this is more about Saturn and moon in the 6th house. So your consciousness will be thinking more defensive. You will be more into strategy and planning. So plan, but don't execute anything unless you are sure of what you're doing. For Libra, this is about taking care of your health, taking care of your education. A lot of unlearning and relearning will happen. So be an empty cup, good time for certifications and for educational growth. For Scorpio, your ascendant lord will be in the 4th house. This is an uncomfortable time, but also a time where a new comfort zone will begin. You will get up, you will start. So this is a great time for initiatives. This is a great time to quit your comfort zone and figure out what's best for you. For Sagittarius, this is more about taking initiatives, focusing on your willpower and working on your free will. This is a time when new things will happen to you, but do not engage with any fight with your neighbors. Try to be a person with a low-key approach, maintain harmony. For Capricorn, this is happening in the 2nd house, and therefore family and money related matters will be on your head, but you would want to venture into a next phase of your life. So a lot of people will start new business, new products will be added, new things will start, but you may have to phase out few old things, maybe some food habits. For Aquarius, this is all about personality change. You are being a different person. Understanding about life is changing. You are becoming somebody else. Welcome the new version of you. Just ensure that you become a better version. For Pisces, this means that you have to let go of your previous emotions, let go of the toxic energies, and then you will see that you will become ocean of bliss. Praying to Bhagwan Narayan will help you a lot during this time.